So again, welcome back to Thailand. Welcome to me, True Blue Thai from Thailand. I hope you're doing well. It's 1 Jan here in Thailand, and it's Monday, and it's a bit of a sunny day, and we've got the sun, and we've got blue sky, and it looks good. We had a bit of rain again yesterday, so for instance, we've got to basically, still in our rainy season. I love to go out running. Unfortunately, I've done my calving, just as you probably know, and but am I happy? How am I feeling? I'm feeling good because again, for instance, we've had a good weekend, Man City, and if you don't know, I'm happy to tell you because on Saturday the under-18s won their game. I think it was 3-2. I'm not sure, but we won. The ladies have an amazing game against Arsenal and came won 3-2. For instance, definitely 3-2. Mabini, for instance, scoring the final goal, and for instance, yesterday the boys went off to London and for instance beat Brentford, who have not been beaten at home this season, and they'll come back after beating United and whoop-de-doo, and they haven't lost all season, and they're playing well, and so I've got every reason to be happy. So is there issues? Was it a 5-star performance by City? No. Could we have done more to convert our chances? Yes. Is the second half becoming an issue? To a point. Is it only Haaland, scoring the goals? Blah 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 blah. And there again, for instance, we knew that this season was going to be a work in progress season. Okay. But from where we are, for instance, where we played against Brighton, to where we were previously when we were losing all those games last season, to where we are now, there's been a significant progression. Significant. To a point where, for instance, when we draw games, we are upset. Players are upset. And so of course, and because we are a bunch of winners, we have a team of winners, and players who come into the team of winners who have a great attitude and are blending in very, very well. So like Nico Gonzalez, etc. So and Tiana Reinders. But the thing is, there's not going to be perfect, but compared to where we went in going to the last international snow, for instance, where I was afraid because we had the Rags, then we had Napoli, then we had Arsenal. So, for instance, and now coming back and saying reflecting back after coming back after that, and now into the next international snow. That for instance, we know. With the what we've done, etc., we've got to be mega pleased. Not perfect, mega pleased. But getting now, beating the Rags, beating Napoli, drawing with Arsenal, should have won, and then for instance beating Burnley, drawing Monaco, should have won, and then for instance, and then beating Brentford. I think that's 6 games which we can pat ourselves on the back. We're now 7 games. Is it 7? 7 games unbeaten. Yeah, 7 games unbeaten. I missed one. Huddersfield, beating Huddersfield as well. 7 games unbeaten, and 1-5 drawn 2, and the 2 we could have won. So we've got to be turning around and be proud of ourselves. Is there issues? Yes. Rodri issue, well, he appears like he went off, but he's also tweeted to say that, for instance, he's fine, he's not as bad, his hamstring wasn't as bad as what we first thought of, he's not going to Spain and hopes to be back after the international snow. So that's good. So A, he's not going to Spain, good, and B, for instance, he feels like he can play after the international break, excellent. Hopefully we'll have Mamouche back as well after the international snow, as well as AK back as well. So for instance, and Turkey so on the bench. So we will be a lot, and as long as we don't lose any more players to the into these international wasted space, that for instance we will hopefully, for instance, we'll have a full stem squad to choose from, and then be able to push on up to the Liverpool game, etc., where hopefully, for instance, we will be still unbeaten and give us ourselves a great chance, and if Liverpool continue what Liverpool are doing. So there you go. Right. I just want to start before I talk. I want to talk about I've just been listening to the mainstream media, and again, I shouldn't do it really, but you got to. And in England, etc., you have the two-tier. You really do. You have the two-tier Keir, your Prime Minister. You got the two-tier policing policy of what you can say and what you can't say, depending on your colour of your skin. You've got the two-tier, or who you support, and you've got the two-tier media. And the two-tier media consists of Southern-based media of Talk Crap, of Sky Sports, and Bias BC. And for instance, I was just listening to while I was just every so often we have mango trees out here, and I brush the leaves, and I was listening to Madge and Parge talking about, for instance, about it. Alan Pardew, from normally a respected guy. This majestic guy, for instance, calling himself Madge is just ridiculous. For instance, he's a DJ. What's his damn name? I call myself True Blue Tiger because this is my. And if you want to know my name, I'm more than happy to call it. But to sit there and, for instance, call yourself a Majestic, or this other one called Flex. Oh, God, what? Grow up, will you? And it's just anyway. So listen to Alan Pardew, who basically wanted a Southern-based team to win the Premier League this season because to break the stranglehold of the North. So of course, and he was asking for City fans, and a City fan who took the time to call up, and he was asked about Arsenal, and he was asked Arsenal about what's your feeling about Arsenal. And the City fan said, well, I think Arsenal will finish fourth, and I think Arsenal won't win. And for instance, and he also gave his reasons why. And when he put the phone down, Alan Pardew says, well, I think he's got an agenda against Arsenal. I think he's got a bit of an agenda against Arsenal. Now, listen. Now, of all the other callers I was listening to, they were very respectful towards the caller. The only City fan he had a go at. Now, you could sit there and say, oh, well, he's got an agenda against Arsenal. The bare fact that, for instance, Arsenal got the best PR in the world. They really do. In Britain. And the reason why is because all they do is the Arsenal fans, the mainstream media, talk about Arsenal. Like they've got this amazing squad. They don't win anything, and they have these games which, like West Ham, for flip's sake, Arsenal beat West Ham. Oh wow, whoopsie bloody do. Was there any doubt in any person's mind that Arsenal were not going to beat West Ham at the Emirates Stadium? So, and why are we so surprised? But the thing is, they didn't beat them by a 6-0 or something like that. They've gotten beat by 2-0, and the second goal they scored in the last minutes. And I saw the goals, etc. They weren't absolutely outstanding. And this is the thing. And once it was asked about Arsenal, a City fan was asked about Arsenal, why we don't. Because I believe Arsenal. I've had Arsenal finishing fourth. And it's not because I'm a City fan, I've got blue thing. It's just the mere fact that, for instance, this is what Arsenal do. This is what Arsenal did last season. This is what Arsenal did the previous season. This is what Arsenal after the previous season. But Arsenal's got a very good PR. They've got the moaning Arsenal fans, and they've got a lot of them. Arsenal fans with inverted commas. So I see a lot of them are a waste of space, and a lot of talking crap, and a lot of them are very bitter. And also, for instance, you see a lot of them on, for instance, mainstream student-based media, who are very, very happy to Arsenal, and I can't see it. I can't see it. They've either got these mainstream media. They've got legacy clubs, the Liverpools and the Uniteds, and they talk about United because a lot of them are United fans as well. And then, for instance, especially talk crap. And then you've got the Southern base, and it's just ridiculous. Man City is never ever going to get a fair crack of the whip. A, because there's no Man City fans apart from Enena Manu, who's working for ESPN, and Joe Hart. But apart from that, you're never really going to get a Man City fan. Mickey Richards, for instance. But yeah, and it's just ridiculous how the two-tier of British media, for instance, just it's so southern based and so, and again, and you've had it just makes me sick. And that City fan, I honestly believe that, for instance, that Arsenal are just going to do what Arsenal do. Because this is what they do last season. This is what they do the season before that. This is what the season before that. So it's going to be the City fan was absolutely right to call Arsenal out. Anyway, let's go on and get on to the game. Anyway, so City went off to Brentford, who have not lost their twice. We said Donnarumma, Net, Nunes, Diaz. I thought Nunes was a good veteran. John Stones, Diaz captain, Guardiola, O'Reilly, Rodri, Nico came on the 21st minute. Reinders, Bernardo came on the 76th minute. Bob Doku came on the 76th minute. Foden and Savino and Haaland. Subs were Trafford, Stones, Aki, Kovacic, Cherki and Lewis. Brentford had Kelleher, Kjord, Van der Berg, Collins, Ayer, captain, Ayer, Hickey, and Henderson, son of a bitch. Janelle, 73rd minute, Yamasuko, Oleki, 73rd minute, Damsgaard, Jensen, 68th minute, Jade and Thiago, and Osada came out in the 68th minute. Jordan Henderson, how's the gay policy, for instance, eradicating the gay policy in Saudi Arabia getting on? I know you went over there as a crusader, but not for the money. No, it didn't last very long over there, did it? Anyway, so that was the teams. Let's have a quick chat about the game. So Pep Guardiola racked up his 250th Premier League win with a 1-0 defeat of Brentford at the G Community Stadium. So just want to sit there and congratulate Pep Guardiola. Absolutely, beating Ferguson as well, and being the best 250. So absolutely fantastic. Salute to you. I don't know how many times I've heard Pep is out, Pep's finished, Pep's a waste of space. I was on typical Cities Johnny's and there were people writing in Pep out, unbelievable, ridiculous. You need to hang your head in shame. Erling Haaland's 9th minute effort was the only goal of the game in West London. It means that the boss reached a significant milestone in 349 outings, 55 games quicker than Ferguson. Who's the best manager? Pep Guardiola. But you're not going to tell the legacy media for that. No chance. The mainstream Southern-based 2-tier. The Blues now jet off to international snow, with winning 5 times and drawing twice in all competitions since their previous window. Absolutely great. Absolutely fantastic. Haaland broke in the deadlock on the bright for the bright energetic City 10 minutes. Rolling Sepp Van der Bergs and hammering the ball under Cameron Kelleher for his 12th of the season. Amazing. Just as on Wednesday in Monaco, it was Josko Vardio again dinking the ball over, teed up the number 9, and the Norwegian sprinted onto the City faithful in the corner, who spent much of the rest of the afternoon chanting about his love of the club and the long-term contract. Absolutely fantastic, great goal. Only Haaland can score a goal like that. I'm sorry. Another fantastic ball from Josko, as I said, same again as what Monaco did, and again what he did at Monaco, and he just bullied the defenders, get away from me, and just places the ball in that corner and just went over to the fans and had some great fun with the fans. And then you got some fat steward trying to pull him out. What do you think the fans are going to do? Maul him. But yes, his badge. Absolutely fantastic, great goal scorer. He's in total form. We just need Mamouche back to help him out a bit, and we don't want to wear him out. But he's amazing at the moment. He's really, really happy. He's the best in the world at the moment, and nobody can say anything other than that at the moment. I know Harry Kane's doing well in Germany, but Erling Haaland. There's a big difference between German League and the Premier League. Ask foreign verse that. Brilliant start, suffered a blow in the 20th minute with Rodri sat down the turf and was replaced by Nico. But we've all heard from Rodri. After such a lengthy out of season, now number 16 will be playing. That will be just precautionary. The major surprise was the first half, and we weren't further ahead. Yes, we didn't convert our chances, but Oscar Bob twice laying off to Phil Foden in dangerous area. Tiana Reinders saw Vola denied by Kelleher. Rapid action, should have scored. I was desperate to Tiana's about to get his goal. I saw a lot of City fans in the chat previously saying we shouldn't play Tiana Reinders. I think all he needs is goals. And I think, for instance, I think we kind of bigged him up a bit too much. He got his first goal, was going against Wolves, and then but he's had a lot of chances, and he just hasn't put it in the back of the net. But at least he's trying. And so, for instance, I think I think once he gets one of those chances, and then that was a really good save yesterday. That was not his fault. It was a really good save by the Kelleher. So I think we need to lay off Reinders, because I also think he plays an integral part in our midfield and keeping the ball and playing the ball. So yeah, I think Reinders is getting a lot of crap for no reason. City's first half dominance was such to mark the first 45 minutes since Brentford 2021 promotion that didn't have a touch in the opposition box. So here they go, the cocker hoop over the feet of the beaten United. They haven't lost at home, and they couldn't even have a touch in the opposition box in the first half. That's how good we were. Were they going to come be better the next second half? Of course they were. It's just Brentford with City were blah. But they've got to be better. They can't be any worse. Well, they could. That came just 2 minutes after the break when Donnarumma was quick off his line to advancing Thiago. He's only a chance, really, for instance, and basically credit to O'Reilly for trying to close him down, and to Donnarumma to do what Donnarumma does. Smother, make himself big, huge, 6'6" or 6'4", I think, and then what's it called? So, for instance, smothered the ball, and and it didn't. Again, this is it. All right, we need the second goal to stop this, because again, for instance, the media, the mainstream media, southern-based media, all focus on, well, Brentford could have equalised. Man City could have had half a dozen goals, but Brentford could have equalised. Could have, but they didn't. But let's focus on that, but not focus on the chances Man City have. We held on throughout the combination of poise and composure and dogged defending, while they're earning third clean sheet of the Premier League season. And the only thing they had really is this long flow guy. And I was listening to was it American TV. I was watching the game on American TV, and then you had a former Arsenal player who's a Brentford fan, who's got a season card to Brentford. So he was co-commentator. So his comments were not going to be biased, are they? Not going to be biased at all. No. He's got a season card in the ground, and he just lives around the corner from Brentford. So there you are. So as he kept saying, and so he's so his lovely non-biased comments was really appreciated. And they were saying, how Brentford were such a better team. Well, they had to be. They were crap in that first half. They had to be better. So, but did City hold out? Yes. Could we have done more? Yes. But the fact is, they didn't. And what's it called? And their chances were enough. Considering they were supposed to be cock-a-hoop on cloud 9 after beating the Rags, going to do the same thing to Man City, and the only did is low blockers. So for instance, so Pep's view, Starman, it was good they had a chance in the first one. They had one chance in the first half, one duel that we lost. But apart from that, more corners, throw-ins, more actions. That was always in the Premier League. We played an outstanding first half. Is close to our best of many things. The problem is that when you don't score goals and they get a chance, Kayla have made some good saves. It's important in the Premier League in the second half that we were 1-0 up and it happened. In general, we were pleased with the mums. I think I'm more than pleased. And grow up many things, hopefully, to players come back from healthy from the international snow. Yeah, absolutely. So again, for instance, he is pleased, but again, all they did is rely on corners, throw-ins, and low blocks. Okay, that's all they offered really. So, for instance, considering they were so, haven't lost at home, etc., and cock up over the beating the Rags, it didn't do much, City. But unfortunately, we didn't score the second goal, and if we scored the second goal, there you go. But we won the 3 points. what it means. See, if now 13 points from our 7 Premier League fixtures, that leaves us 5th in the table, 3 points behind Arsenal and 2 points behind Liverpool. We'll take that, absolutely take that, compared to where we were, for instance, coming into this after the first international snow. Right, okay, so next we will be returning to City on October the 18th. Saturday, October the 18th, we'll play Everton. 3 o'clock on Saturday, 3 o'clock the UK time. No, delighted, absolutely delighted, really. Is there issues? Yes. Can we talk, about Savino, Tiana Reinders getting another goal, X, Y, and Z? But hopefully, for instance, we get the players back from the international snow, fully fit. We've got Foden without, Rodri won't be playing. So, for instance, so we will hopefully we'll come back, etc. And then, for instance, push on, and I do believe we will. And the fact that and we're definitely showing signs. We get upset when we draw. God knows what we're like if we lose a game, but we get very upset when we draw. The mentality is now coming back slowly but surely. And with a long ass season, we're only 7 games in, and I think we've got a really good chance. And Alan Pardew and the Southern-based media need to go and do one. Right, just before I go, just need to talk about Gary Neville. Gary Neville, your comments were disgusting. I never know in a country, for instance, where you're supposed to be embarrassed about flying your flag. I fly the Thai flag. It's just right there outside my home. Nobody called me a far right racist if a Thai flag. When I was living in Denmark for 10 years, I was encouraged. You were encouraged to fly a flag. I was more than happy to fly a flag, a Danish flag, etc. Plus a British flag. No, I've never known anything like it, and it's beautiful to see the British flags flying in the UK. Absolutely beautiful. Many times when I've returned back to the United Kingdom, and I'm like, where are we? Because I've never seen a British flag, flying, and apart from you going down to London. So it's wonderful to see the flags flying, even from Scotland, from Wales, from Ireland. Lovely to see. And I'm sick and seeing that stupid Palestinian flag. And so for instance, what Gary Neville said yesterday was disgusting and ripping it down. And sorry, it's not, and I don't think it's got nothing to do with far right. I think it's all down to one word: people feel lost their country, they're losing their country, and it's about being patriotic and being happy about your country. Nothing to do with far right. Ridiculous. Gary Neville, shame on you. Anyway, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. 2 Blue Time from Thailand. I do this every single day for about 20 minutes. And because I know you guys are busy. But I'll be back with tomorrow. So about to move my planned reaction. But it's been a great weekend sitting for City. City ladies, City under 18, now City men. And we can go to this international snow knowing that, for instance, we're in a half decent position. We've got things to work on, but we're doing okay. 2 Blue Time from Thailand. Like and subscribe, tell me what you think, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.